definitely not the start they were hoping for.
Not the start at all, as we do have a handful of tassels that were on the backside, one super barb left. And unfortunately, everything in the core went down so quickly. Get the vibes of those like E-Dragons where you get the change through the core because everything's so condensed. But unfortunately, it is only a 2-star.
That monolith is such a formidable defense, but with those fire bites, they don't care. They're just going to go in there and take it down. Plenty of dragons up, and NYU gets on the board.
So many troops alive, and this one is a fantastic attack. The value from the RC was immense from the core of this base. A lot of them, they don't build bases. To have players that are able to do both, that is an asset for your team and is so valuable. But we are seeing now STK coming in with the Royal Champion charging in, and it's going to be the Root Riders, the classic approach that we're seeing from many teams here.
Yeah, I mean, I think this would definitely be the most favorite army in the meta right now. Got to keep an eye on that Spirit Fox, taking a lot of damage early from all the giant bombs going up. Spirit Fox is one shot away from going away. You want the Spirit Fox to stay up as long as possible to get as much value. Oh, now the Royal Champion is going to ability, throwing those rocket spears, but STK opting to keep that Royal Champion in there and get the value that he was looking for here initially. Gonna go ahead and take care of that Headhunter, but that does eat up a rocket spear with no recall.
Oh, wow.
Or there goes recall. I was gonna say, I didn't know that he was ever gonna recall that RC. It looked like he was letting her go down.
The unfortunate thing is he invested a few of those rocket spear shots onto the Headhunter, and the Rocket Loon didn't go to any of the defenses, but we are now seeing the King and Queen to the left as the Root Riders are now pathing their way through. Hopefully this Royal Champion could be getting the boost in HP, remember, from the boots, as he is pathing this RC to the left side where the Root Riders are going as well because of the overgrowth straight away in the core. So he's just going to move his way through the left. The Warden ability will be very helpful as he's going to push through towards that Giga Bomb.
Speaking of the Warden ability, goes off right there. It's going to help get that Royal Champion back up to full health, or at least maybe 3/4 health. There's also a heal spell in there that just got deployed. Giga Bomb's actually going to take more health from the RC. I think the RC just went down in the middle of the base. Overgrowth wears off, so Town Hall is now accessible. Queen's going to go ahead and step in and take that out. Still got one Invis, King and Queen ability, but a lot of base and a long way to go on this one still. I don't know. It's looking tough for STK.
Oh, he's got to push his way to the Town Hall. Unfortunately, Ice Golem on the defensive side slowed him down, so the Town Hall got a few extra shots off. But the Queen's taking a lot of damage in this middle. He's going to be forced to ability here soon. King's going still towards the top side. We have a handful of stuff on the defense. The Root Riders are all gone here, Bash.
Yeah, they got 8 alive. Those 2 fire spitters down there just really destroying all of these troops in there. And really, it kind of got off to a shaky start with that Royal Champion charge. Not quite going the way that STK was hoping for. Giant now able to do a little bit of work. Queen's beating on the walls, but man, those fire spitters have to be the MVP of this attack. He's going to look to try to just get as much percent as possible, and it will push up into the 80%, but definitely not the start they were hoping for.
Not the start at all, as we do have a handful of tassels that were on the backside, one super barb left, and unfortunately, everything in the core went down so quickly, as the overgrowth was paired in with the Root Riders, but unfortunately just didn't work in his favor. 87% 2-star there
from ELEKTROS JP. Remember, 87% is the mark, as we're going to come in with more roots. But keep an eye, we got an Angry Jelly on the Queen here, Carbon.
Yeah, it's just like the approach that Max did, where the Queen with the Angry Jelly and the Grand Warden under the Rage Gem going to be able to benefit from this push into the defensive Queen. The Ricochet Cannon, the Scatter, taking out the air defense as well. So much value, and then pull back all of the heroes with the healers.
Yeah, one thing I'm looking forward to in this war is, do they whip out that base? My favorite base, as you mentioned earlier, we saw Elevate running that base. Last month, it defended every single time, but I think, like Itsu was saying, teams have had enough time to kind of warm up to that base. So I'm really interested to see what Only BADZ brings to the table as far as defensive base goes. But he's going to go ahead, recall the Queen, recall the Warden, got a great value out of there. I mean, a really safe approach in there compared to like the Royal Champion charge, where you can get a little bit of risk, you can get a little bit of baited with Teslas and stuff popping up. I think the Queen charge is just a little bit of a safer approach. But if anything goes wrong on that, man, that can definitely go sideways. But everything went to plan. Sean is now sending everything right into the middle of this base with the overgrowth on the Town Hall.
Yeah, as we have the troop launcher launching the troops out in front as he tries to continue these routes to the top side. The overgrowth will disappear here soon. There it is. Now he should be able to path his way towards the town hall. Pops the warden ability to help protect everything as the overgrowth on the backside of this base. As the town hall should be going down soon here with one balloon there. And there we go. The Royal Champion helps secure it as the King, he's on the far left side, still has his ability with one overgrowth still to use.
Plus he has that passive from the snake bracelet where he's going to spawn up those snakes. So those snakes are just going to come out and they can deal out damage. They can tank. They just provide so much support. Royal Champion and Queen look really strong in the middle. Still has another overgrowth. There goes that last overgrowth. Queen still has ability. King has ability. Still some super barbarians, which can really deal out some massive damage. Getting that Crusher Mortar down was a huge pickup right there. And now it's going to be on the King and Queen to make their way around the base. I'm assuming Spiky Ball. Yeah, there it is. Spiky Ball on the King. Should be able to take out quite a few of these buildings, and then the giant still to be deployed. 47 seconds. This is looking really good for Sean.
Moving through with one super wall break, possibly on the bottom side off the right, as the Queen will have to follow through behind a wall eventually, but he's waiting until the final building he'll be able to lock on is that multi with that Spiky Ball. So he's getting as much as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's waiting until this Wizard Tower goes down. And then he can pop it. There you go. Skips across, hits that multi, and now it's just about time getting through this wall.
Oh no. He's got the 99. He just needs to get to this Inferno. Queen's coming around. She's gonna shoot through the wall. Snakes are going over there. There's
no way.
The Frosty.
Oh, he got it.
He's celebrating the giant. The Queen gets through. Wow, what a 3-star for Sean.
And that's what these pros know. So they count, they wait to get that exact value that they need, and it helps secure that 3-star. So let's see now if NYU can get a 3-star for ELEKTROS JP and answer what we just saw from Sean as this RC is charging her way to the bottom.
Definitely need to get a 3-star on the board sooner rather than later. You don't want to fall behind to a team like ELEKTROS, or like only BADZ, excuse me, for ELEKTROS JP right here. Did love that rocket balloon play there with a couple regular balloons to take out the air defense on the right side. That was a beautiful play. This Royal Champion is just picking up building after building. Now she's going in for that multi-inferno. Man, she is surging forward, pulling out more clan castle troops. She's going to passively damage those rocket balloons as they sit there. She's going to go ahead and get through another ricochet cannon. And if she can pick up even more here, wow, look at this value, Carbon.
He just continues, now locks onto the town hall. Does he make the town hall? No. Okay, I was going to say, does he make the town hall invisible, get the defenses around it? No, why not? Since he's locked on the town hall, take it out. One more invis left for the Raw Champion, and the town hall has been secured. That's some nice value from the RC. Charge her way straight from 6 all the way to the town hall, and he has only one spell left, which is the poison spell.
It's like one of the toughest things to do. I know it seems like RC charge should be just like a gimme, but when you have that many invises and redirecting her, and then you have the haste vial going up, it is one of the toughest things to keep that RC alive and going where you want her to. Now the drags go on one side of where the RC went. The other troops are going to come in on the right side. It looks like he elected to go with the Queen. Sometimes you'll see the King with this, with that siege barracks, but going to go with the Queen for that firepower. Dragons are protected now with the Warden's Eternal Tome, but gotta get that fire spitter under control as quickly as possible, as they can deal out so much damage. Crusher Mortar also. There's a lot of defenses that can really shut this Queen down on the right.
Yeah, the Queen's trying to make her way through still. Multi-arch tower goes down. Monolith, though, is doing some work as he's trying to continue. Does have furnaces now coming out of the siege barracks, which those would be very nice, as this minion prince did prop the Dark Frost right on through poison onto the air skellies. That'll help with a little bit of the distraction from that minion prince, and finds that Seeking Air Mine, but comes back to life with that Phoenix.
Yeah, but with all these fire mites coming out of the furnace, there's no multi to slow them down. That's the big thing with these dragon attacks in hard mode. As long as you get the multis down, those 3 furnaces out of the clan castle can usually clean up, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. That monolith is such a formidable defense, but with those fire mites, they don't care. They're just going to go in there and take it down. Plenty of dragons up, and NYU gets on the board.
Only if that ND's turn with the roots as well does have 9 invises. We're seeing a heavy Royal Champion charge and her value. Let's see what she can get, as he does have 3 witches to come in for a funnel eventually.
We're going to go ahead and use that invis to push her away from the top side of that base, going down towards that fire spitter. Going to maybe elect to send the roots through the tunnel. He wants that Royal Champion into the middle of the base, getting that Crusher Mortar out which against Root Riders, that Crusher Mortar can just be such a tough defense. It can put out so much damage. Getting that out early is huge, not to mention the multi-gear tower. These are some huge pickups for ND. Not just one poison tower, but both poison towers are now down. Can he get both ricochet cannons? Oh my, this World Champion charge, Carbon. The control these players have is incredible right now.
Yeah, two poison spell towers now removed with ricochet cannon. So much value in the middle has been removed there as he now pushes the Root Riders towards the top side into the town hall, which will be able to path his way around slowly. Royal Champion redeployed to the top, King coming off to the far right, which is distracting and tanking the ground expos.
Roots need to take a turn into the town hall. They should. Queen's trailing behind also. Oh my, look at all those air bombs going off right there, but did have the balloon out in front. Roots, Queen. Oh, wait, Queen's walking away. Carbon, the Queen has left the pack. We'll have to see if that becomes an issue a little bit later. Furnace with Fire Mites out of the Clan Castle, still has a couple Ice Golems coming out of the Clan Castle also, which will slow things down. But that Queen going on her own, she's not going to have much support up there. That's going to be a big factor later on.
He could deploy a couple super barbs to the left to help with that Queen. He does have a wall break maybe for her. But let's see as the Root Riders are moving their way still towards this multi. 3 super barbs left. Does decide to wall break to the left with that Giant. He's got a lot of troops, especially those Giants that came in from the troop launcher. As we got super barbs to the bottom side. And this is gonna be another 3-star for only BADZ. A great attack, and ELEKTROS JP, they're going to need to do something on the defensive side to stop what these attacks have been doing. And this is not like barely a 3-star, like he just luckily fell into it. No, this is like crushing triple. He's got so many troops alive, and this one is a fantastic attack. The value from the RC was immense from the core of this base.
Going up against Ninja's base, and let's see what we got on the board. Ooh, Chihuahua with the super bowlers.
I like this. Let's go. Something we don't see all too often. A lot of times it is the Root Riders. So it's nice to see a little change of pace, as it is an ice block as well that he's going to be parrying in. Poison spell got launched early there as a flame flinger is going to be moving through, and it is barely avoiding that poison spell tower section as the Warden is still setting up this value. But the big thing is he's grabbing the ground expo, because that ground expo would be hitting the flame flinger and causing a lot of problems in this attack. As soon as that Warden gets it, then he sets up the pathing now for these super bowlers.
And what's really interesting here is, like, this is a super traditional super bowler attack here. Like, no fireball, no crazy gimmick setup here, nothing out of the ordinary, just a basic Warden walk just to set the funnel, grab that expo that you spoke of so that the flame flinger can do its job, and then all those super bowlers, they're just going to go right up the middle of the base. They need to pack together though. They did spread out a little bit, so he's got to get that packed together, but they're going to go right up through the middle of the base. He'll have access with the jump, and everything should be able to get right on through here. So that's Warden ability, but with the healers there, he's holding it as long as possible, but that Warden starting to get a little bit low from the town hall.
He did use the ice block onto his troops to try to get the healers to heal him back up. Pairs in that Warden ability, moving his way into the core, deploys that Royal Champion now to the top side as the King Spiky Ball skipped across the core, as a Flame Flinger is still moving through the right side as he's taking his time. 2 more Ice Golems to use. Probably got to save it for the backside geared up cannon over there. There's the one Ice Golem for the Wizard Tower, which it's kind of soloing. It's not really doing too much, so I'm surprised he used it there.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting play. Still has Queen ability, still has the troops that are going to come out of that Flame Flinger as well. With that Expo going down, that's going to take a little bit of threat away from the Flame Flinger. There goes another Ice Golem that gets sprung. So the freeze is going to go ahead and freeze up the multi-gear tower. Here comes the Giant from the Queen ability. I mean, this is looking like it can come together. That King is going to be a big stopper, but there go 2 Ice Golems, and he's celebrating a little bit. And it looks like ELEKTROS JP with an attack we haven't really seen a ton. Remember, those Super Bowlers did get a buff in the last update. With an attack we haven't seen a lot, getting through with a Super Bowler smash.
A fantastic attack. It's great to see something different here, and the approach shows that you can take the base down.
Demo is going to be next, though, for only BADZ, and if Demo can get a 3-star on the board, they will push that lead. But remember, anything above 88% and only BADZ will still be in the lead. It's going to be a dragon approach here. Look at all of these rocket balloons going in. trying to get that multi-gear tower under control. And then that Royal Champion, she should go over and take the Town Hall out next. There goes the haste. She's going to go ahead and work through there. She does get the Ricochet Cannon, and there goes the Town Hall next.
Yeah, Town Hall's down. Does trigger the Giga Bomb here. Will it take the damage? Ooh, the Spirit Fox is barely alive here as the RC continues. Wait, the boots might be able to clear the Clan Castle. Hold if the boots. Yeah, look at this. He's waiting over the CC, and the CC is gone.
What a pickup there. Not having to deal with those Clan Castle troops is massive. Beautiful play here, but he's not done. He's not done, Carvin. He's still got 2 more Invises after this one. Picks up the model of the Crusher Mortar. There goes the multi-gear tower. This base is already gutted. What the heck?
How does one hero take out all of this value? RC with her boots is insane to grab the Clan Castle just like that as a Lava Hound moving to the left to help tank the air defense. Continuing through with that Dark Crown on the Minion Prince, slowly moving his way to the left with the Grand Warden and Eternal Tome still intact. Heroes of the King and Queen will be able to move their way. Or actually, nope, there is no Queen. What I'm talking about, because he had the Royal Champ. So the King is going to be moving his way to the top as the Dragons with the Warden are soloing. They're going to path their way through, waiting for the Warden. Billy finally now pops it.
Yeah, it's one of those like little interesting things with this Dragon attack. Do you go King? Do you go Queen? Do you go with the Firepower? Do you go with the Snakes? But we kind of see a little bit of both from Dragon players. It's really all about these Dragons. They got to thin out this left side. King should have no problem swinging around to the right side, and everything should collapse up top. Still has that Minion Prince's ability yet to be deployed. Still has King ability with Spiky Ball. There goes the Tornado spinning some of these Dragons around, but there's still quite a bit of Dragons up at this point. With a handful of Dragons still remaining, I mean, you got to be feeling good about your chances.
Absolutely, but the Minion Princess of Dark Orb's gonna go the wrong way, unfortunately. King's Spiky Ball can skip through down here as the Dragons continue their way to the left, but it is another 3 stars. 3, 4, 3, 4. Only BADZ and a performance that they have looked at from last month and just continue.
But you just need a break on defense, and I think that goes to speak to the base builders of only BADZ. I mean, they're such good base builders, and when you don't have base builders like that, I mean, it's so tough. But still a lot of war to be played here. 4 attacks remain. Another Dragon attack coming in here and electing to go with the Queen this time to pair up here, but Carbon's going to be another huge long RC charge with tons and tons of invisibilities and an Earthquake to weaken up this core here.
The one thing with this type of attack is it can be risky, is if you do not get the value of the RC, she goes the wrong way and it is over. It could be a very low percent because you relied on the heavy value of the Royal Champion. But she's made her way into the core. But look at her health. Oh my, the Giga Bomb goes off, but she is able to continue her way into the core, grabbing the Town Hall, grabbing the whole middle of this base. Does not finish off the Ice Golem. Can he get the Fire Spitter with 1 more invis? Yes, should be able to grab that. And the sweep. No, wait, he turns around.
Get the CC, get the CC. Oh, he got the CC.
Oh.
Okay, I don't think I saw 1 Ice Golem came out, but I don't think the rest of the CC troops came out. Maybe the Furnace was out. I don't know. Either way, the CC is gone now. Here comes the Queen with that Siege Barracks on the left, Dragons on the right. The approach we see time and time again. It's all about just setting the stage here, setting the pathing. But that Queen, man, she's gonna go into some heavy damage area. One kind of interesting take here: 4 baby Dragons along with some rocket balloons, 5 rocket balloons on this one. Kind of a little bit of an unconventional approach with 4 babies.
Yeah, it does pop that Warden ability, protecting the Dragons through a Seeking Air Mine. Trying to get healed back up. Another Seeking Air Mine next to that Monolith, so a very nice Warden ability. As the Super Minions from the Siege Barracks has come out to join in assistance with the Queen, making her way to the left, while the Minion Prince still has his ability to use.
There it goes, right as you mentioned it, Carbon. Minion Prince's Dark Orb is going to go ahead and surge forward, slowing up those defenses, slowing up that sweeper, which actually is kind of pointed right towards the middle of the base, so those Dragons are going to be able to avoid it. There's that air defense up top. The Queen is still doing really good work there. There's not too many buildings that are going to slow this down, as the Giant's going to go over, take out that multi-archer tower, and this is looking like yet another 3-star. This war, aside from the first attack, has just been non-stop triples. Carbon, we're in hard mode, right?
I believe, right? I saw that hard mode right on the screen. Whenever they play in normal, it'll be max, but it changes when it's in hard mode. We're seeing now Dima coming in for the Dragons. Can he continue those 3 stars for only BADZ.
Remember, only BADZ does have the 3-star advantage, but they also have a 13% advantage as well. So an 88% 2-star will secure the victory here for only BADZ. Wait, hold on a second. Nope, I'm ahead of myself. I'm ahead of myself by 1 attack there, but that's okay. We'll get there. Only BADZ working through here. D.Va's trying to get to the town hall here as he's got all these invises, but it looked like things went a little bit awkward there for the RC. Like things were just a little bit out of control. I feel like he wants to get this town hall. Maybe he'll sideswipe the town hall a little bit later. He's definitely not going that way now.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to grab the town hall with the Raw champion at this rate. There's only 2 invises left. There's the Ice Golem. He'll be able to damage it, but with 1 invis left here, there's no way this town hall could go down before that Ice Golem dies off and freezing up that Raw champion. Oh, okay. Never mind. I didn't think it was possible.
I mean,
what?
I didn't think it was going to happen either, Carbon. I was right there with you. I was like, there's no way this town hall is going down. And Dima is right back on track. If that town hall stays up, that is a huge hindrance. The King would have been taking so much unnecessary damage. But now town hall is down. King's going to go ahead and start walking past here. Does have that bow and the multi-archer tower to deal with there. But the wizards are starting to work on that bow, though. That bow is starting to pick off these wizards out of the clan castle. But he's got the furnaces. I see the furnace popping. And there goes the warden ability on the top side.
Yeah, with that warden ability protecting that minion prince, especially since he has the dark crown, it was very nice as the furnace has got that valley from the bottom side. King is moving his way off to the right with the snakes moving through, and a very nice dark orb to slow things down as these dragons make their approach to the enemy Raw champion in the middle.
All right, let's see if he can finish through here. Things are definitely thinning out. And King took a lot of damage, and there goes King going down. Minion Prince trying to hang in there. All the dragons are starting to go down. The dragons, last dragon goes down there. It's all in the Minion Prince. He does have Phoenix. There's a lot of base remaining, but look at this furnace, the fire mites from the furnace. I don't know how healthy those, or how much fire mites are left from the furnace. That fire spitter is shutting them down along with that ricochet cannon, so they're not able to pick up the value. Now the warden trying to hang on, but look at the percent, Carbon. It's 88%. That's the magic number that will still keep them in the lead here. So ELEKTROS are going to have to put up a high percent or even a 3-star and still hope for a little bit of help, hope for another defense on the final attack.
So if ELEKTROS JP get a 3-star in their final attack, only BADZ is having to get a 3-star in order to win because of what ELEKTROS JP has done. 3, 3, and 3.
Force it back over to Ninja and the guys at ELEKTROS. But it's going to be a Super Witch attack. Wow. ELEKTROS JP might be the most diverse strategy clan that we've seen. We've seen Super Bowlers. Now we're seeing Super Witches. And boom goes a Dynamite early right onto the mono and that scatter shot. Not to mention the Poison Tower picking up early value from that Warden Fireball.
Yeah, nice value from the Warden. Clan Castle straight in the middle of the space, so never remove that. Does have the poison spell, but remember, with Super Witches, it's about time. If you do not start those Super Witches early enough, then you're going to be in trouble. We are going to see a Flame Flinger moving into the top side. Drops an Archer. He does see it, so he's okay. But I really like the Warden getting the value, so the Flame Flinger can now move its way from the multi-arch tower, then in towards that Spitter, as he's going to pat the Super Witches the complete opposite side of the town hall.
Yeah, it's a really, really nice approach here. Great job managing everything. Now the Queen gonna go ahead and take out the King with this Headhunter. Super Witches are gonna have a pretty straight line through here. You can use his King on the exterior down there by that gold mine just to keep those witches pushed inside of the Elect soon. Here come the witches. They're gonna start spawning those big boys. Remember, they'll only spawn one of those big boys at a time, but once that big boy goes down, gets defeated, they will spawn another one. So those are big, beefy units, along with the witches. I mean, there are some strong, hefty units as well, but the main thing here is keeping everything alive. And there goes the King on that bottom side, just to keep the funnel tight and keep everything inside the base along that jump line.
Yeah, with that jump giving him access straight towards the middle. Can't reach the town hall in terms of with the big boys, but the Super Witches be able to reach over the wall. Now sends in the Royal Champion behind the King to the bottom side of the space, which is a lot of damage down there. Remember, he's trying to continue his way through. No Warden ability anymore after the early one because he had the Fireball, but Invis is used. The RC's forced to ability. He's got to freeze, but there's so much damage coming in from the core.
Yeah, that was just such a tough spot for that RC. Now the Queen's trying to work her way to the middle. The Witches are taking so much damage. Everything's spread out a little bit here. They need a 3-star in the worst way. They're still alive here. It's not over. But things got to tighten up as quickly as possible here. Still have healers there on the Witches, on the Queen, on the Giant. RC's going to go down. Flame Flinger, rather, going to actually open the wall here. Got to get to the multi-gear tower. That's the big thing. What is also in this clan castle is the Flame Flinger is about to expire. Here we go. We got super minions in there. They'll be able to attack from the air. That's all that remains, Carbon. I think this one's going to fall short, and the percentage looks super, super weak.
I wonder if he went with Super Bowlers. Would that have worked because of the splash from the bowler bounces and the value you can get from all the defenses being so close to each other? It almost feels like you kind of get the vibes of those like E-Dragons where you get the change through the core because everything's so condensed. But unfortunately, it is only a 2-star there for Watto, which means that Onlybads does not have to.
He's going with an unconventional approach of his own with some more Super Witches.
Let's see. It's only 3 Super Witches this time, while we saw from the previous one 4 Super Witches. But oh my, the fireball there, it seems like it got so much value, just completely annihilating that section of the base. But we're going to see the Flame Flinger moving up to the top while the Yetis are helping moving through there. And the one nice thing about the Yetis up there, one, they can grab some buildings, that's great, but the Yeti Mites are going to be jumping out in front, testing for Teslas. Because you're able to test for Teslas, you can help protect that Flame Flinger even more. And there's one of them that did pop, I see up top. But the Super Witches, they're moving down south.
Definitely a great pickup. And honestly, if you're in a percent game, Super Witches feel like a safe percent attack. Just because they're so beefy, those big boys are so beefy, and if you can keep the healers tight on them, you should be in a really good spot. There goes the jump spell to give him access to the middle of the base. He's going to have a straight line right on through here. King's going to go ahead and deploy his spiky ball. That King is taking a beating early. 2 Expos and the Ricochet Cannon now on him. King's going to go to Phoenix, and now all that damage is going to focus over to the big boys, and the Witches are going to have to spawn those big boys as quickly as possible. Poison down on the furnace. Oh my goodness, so much going on right here, Carvin.
Yeah, he had a perfect path for the Town Hall with that jump spell. Town Hall went down with ease. He's past the 2 stars. He's continuing to move through and still has to deploy the Royal Champion. Queen's already burned her ability, moving into the right. Super Witches jumping the wall, taking the damage of a defensive King in the middle of this base. Are you going to drop the RC now? I mean, the Super Witches, they have all pretty much disappeared here. Only has 1 left in the core. The healers are there, but when does he use the Royal Champ? Now sends her in off to the left side, soloing that section.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to have the percent. There it is. That's going to be the victory for Onlybads. It doesn't need to be a 3-star. A 3-star is just a nice little swag, but with this one climbing into the 90s, it's definitely going to be a secured victory for Onlybads, as this was a very, very close back and forth affair for these 2 squads. I mean, ELEKTROS, JP, they came to play, but Onlybads, no slouches of their own. They will win. But Carbon, that means they go on to face Elevate, which, man, that's going to be tough. And if does that mean ELEKTROS goes down to face Dizzy? Either way, it's going to be tough.
I wonder, in this attack here, was if you were to send the King with the Super Witches? You know, if the King was in the core, and then he Earthquaked the King in the core, and then you jump the backside, or you just rotate it where you jumped early, then the King Earthquake boots to the backside so the Super Witches can continue to move through. I mean, I feel like if he attacked it a little bit of a different approach, it would have tripled. I don't think he needed to change his army whatsoever, but if it came down to the fact that he needed a 3-star to win,